He disappeared, no explanation, no consistency, no effort. And then suddenly, weeks later, months later, he comes back with an apology. And now she's wondering, did I make a mistake by letting him back in? Hello, my single lovelies. It's Denise with Dating Food Talks, and it is a Sunday recap, which means that one of my viewers has written to me, and she wants me to help her out with a situation based on her dating love life. Okay. This is interesting. I really enjoyed this message because this happens to us all the time, right? Where somebody's out and then they're in. And sometimes they're out again, and then sometimes they're in again. So we're going to talk about what to do here and what's tasty and not tasty. And today, my viewer has written to me, and this is something that almost every woman has experienced at least once, okay? I like to call it the return. But because somehow there's always a way back in, all right? When a man is like, I'm not sure, so let me just come right back. All right, so she wrote me and she said, Denise, I was dating somebody consistently for a while, and then he just stopped texting me. He disappeared emotionally, and then eventually he disappeared completely, right? And she said, finally she started to move on. She was healing, she was refocusing, she was getting her life back together. And then, out of nowhere, he comes back. Now, comes back, he apologizes, right? He's got the long messages. Suddenly he has this intention. Suddenly he has emotional awareness. And now she's sitting there wondering, did I give it up too soon, right? Too quickly? So I told her, that is not the first question you should be asking yourself. Because here's what people need to understand. Sometimes people do come back, right? And not because they've changed, but because they felt your absence. There's a huge difference there, all right? You see, when someone loses access to you, and they lose your attention, your comfort, your emotional support, they feel it. They feel it. And the loneliness can sound a lot like, clarity. But missing you does not automatically mean they're ready for you. All right? So tasty here would be someone who returns with accountability, consistency, and visibly, has changed over time. Not tasty is someone returning because they're lonely, they're bored, right? They got rejected somewhere else, or they're just uncomfortable without having the access to you. That is not transformation, ladies. All right? We got to talk about the biggest mistake that women are making, all right? Don't confuse apology with growth, because just because someone says, I missed you, I made a mistake, I've changed, all right? That doesn't mean they actually have. Real change is evidence. You can see it, right? Different communication, different behavior, different consistency, because regret is emotional. Growth is behavioral. And if the pattern is the same, well, guess what? The outcome is going to be the same as well. So here is how this can be very dangerous, all right? Coming back, because familiarity is powerful, all right? Your heart remembers the good moments at first. Remembers the chemistry, the comfort, the history. And then suddenly, your brain starts to minimize the pain that made this relationship end in the first place. And that's why so many people do try to reopen these doors. But that door should have stayed locked, okay? Because the familiar feelings are safe Sometimes it's better to feel that than the unknown, but no, it's not. Even when it hurts, it's better to keep moving on. And let me be clear here. Some people absolutely deserve a second chance. People can grow, right? People can mature, but seconds, second chances don't always work out if the behavior has not changed, not just the words. Because if nothing fundamentally has shifted, you're not starting a new relationship with them. You're just restarting the old one that didn't work in the first place, right? So, the truth here is when someone comes back, all right, it doesn't mean that it's automatically going to be better, all right? It just means they're back. So, I'm Denise. Dating Food Talks always tells you the truth. And tell me in the comments, do you believe in second chances? Okay, my single lovelies, I'll talk to you soon.